story in the Bible. I won't go into all the details, but it was a group of young men that stood together, that stood up to what they knew was wrong in their culture. And God saved them, God strengthened them through their friendships. And that's what we want to do through Steel Magnolias. I want to tell y'all a story real quick. Because a lot of girls, I've heard girls come up to me and they say, I don't get along with girls, I get along better with boys. Okay, well, I'm not going to argue that. But there are things boys cannot help you with, if that's the case. There's just going to be things that even when you're married, guys are not going to understand about girls. I don't want my husband to understand. I don't want him to be like, understanding everything there is about women. That would be awkward. I'd be like, who's the girl here? So there's just going to be things that you really actually don't want them to relate to you on. And so if you only have all guys as your friends, or you're a loner, and you're like, I just haven't been able to make friends, it's kind of hard for me, I want to emphasize through this story I'm about to tell you why it's so important that we pray for godly friends and that we seek to be the friend that we want others to be for us. So we were at a Canvas event. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Canvas at the church, but it's where all the artists come and perform. It's a super cool night. And people kind of dress up. It's like a night out on the town. It's pretty fun. So me and this lady were in the bathroom together. And you know how the sinks, if you've been at South Point, the sinks are across from each other. So I was washing my hands and I looked up and I thought, oh dear God, it's every woman's worst nightmare. And I turned around and I said, I looked, and this lady, she's older than me, but she had tucked her skirt into her pantyhose. And I don't know how many of, I know pantyhose really aren't a thing now, but if you've ever seen your booty in pantyhose, it's like a pancake. It is not, I mean, it's like, it is not a good look on anyone. And you know, even if you don't wear pantyhose, we're all afraid that our zipper's down or that toilet paper's hanging off the back of our pants. That's like you dream about these things and wake up in the middle of the night like, no! No, this was reality. And I was like, dear God, I felt it in slow motion. I was like, Lord, and I was like, she was going out the door. I was like, your skirt's in your face. And she just, her face just went pale. She was like, because she was 2 seconds away from making her grand appearance in the room. Like walking. And it was a full tub, the whole skirt. She was so grateful. It was just the two of us in the bathroom, thank goodness. She was so thankful that I covered her. You know, I was like, whoa, get that straightened out. You know why you gotta have friends? Because a lot of times your skirt's tucked into your pantyhose and you don't even know it. A lot of times you got something in your teeth and you don't want a boy telling you, that'll make you go home and cry. You'll go tell all your friends, you see her skirt tucked in her pantyhose? And you'll be all over the school. There's going to be times you're going to have a little something in your nose. And this isn't just, I'm not just talking about in the physical, in the spiritual, in the relational. There's going to be times in your life where you're a little bit bobo. And you need loving friends. You need girls that understand she's just PMSing. She's just PMSing right now. I'm going to cover her. I'm going to cover her. She's okay.
That's good.
We have to have female friendships or we're not going to make it. And the enemy is so afraid of girls who stand together. He does not know what to do.
It's great.
You know our biggest issues are? We all get so offended with each other all the time. And we're always like, she looked at me wrong. I'm looking for a group of girls that are going to be larger than life and are not going to hang on to a fence and not going to take a look the wrong way. And remember that everyone else is insecure and needs the love of God, and they probably don't hate you. They're probably going through something.
Yes.
I'm looking for you in the room tonight. It's not going to be every single one of you, but I'm looking for some leaders that can forget about themselves and go, I am going to go befriend her. And I'm going to love her whether she's up, whether she's down, whether she's nice, whether she's sad. I'm not going to give up on her because we give up on our friends too fast. It's like, we're friends. We post it on Facebook. Next week, defriend. And it's sad. It can't be that way. The devil's like, that's all it takes. All it takes was for her to like look at you wrong one time and you're no longer friends. Oh, well, I'll get you all so isolated. And what happens when we're isolated is the enemy just takes us out. It's so easy. Because I'll be sitting there believing all kinds of lies. I'm this, I'm so inadequate. Me and Miss Shannon, one of the teachers at my school, I walked in Thursday night, I said, I'm getting the hell beat out of me. I was crying. And Shannon came out and she's like, I'm so inadequate. We were like holding each other. Okay, we're good. I need someone to do that for me.
That's
because
great.
Otherwise, the devil lies to me. And Shannon looked
That's so good.
Snap out of it. You don't have to date that boy. You're way better than that. He's so beneath you. You don't have to live that life. You have to walk in that darkness. I see you as so up here. I can't let you settle. I can't. Not while we're friends. Like, I'm not going to let you go. Like, you're going to get mad at me, we're going to fight, but I'm not going to let you walk in that sin. That's what we have to have. We have to have. That is what Steel Magnolias is. And it's not when we're just in these meetings. It's everywhere we go. Femininity is not about being perfect. It's not about becoming something you've seen that is anything the media created. It's all going to be found in what God says to your heart, how He speaks to your heart, what He's saying through His Word, what He's saying through your spiritual authorities. And that is what we are going to figure out the rest of this school year. And so I just want to make sure, let me look here. I just want you guys to commit to say, okay, I'm not going to treat Steel Magnolias like it's some kind of like just fun night where we get to eat lots of good food. I want you to treat it like it's one of your courses that you're taking at school.
That's
like
great.
You're a college student, like you chose this course. And it's your course on becoming the most rock star, amazing girl you've ever been in your life. And you're choosing this course. You're making the commitment to not only be at Steel Magnolias, but to become a Steel Magnolia everywhere you go, especially at the second floor events. And as you commit to do that, God is going to explode inside of your life. And I'm expecting you to go, no, look, Steel Magnolias is coming up in October. It's coming up in December. I'm setting the date aside, and I'm not going to let something take that place because God is doing something. It's speaking to me, and I want to be used by God. So we are going to come after you, and we're going to make sure that you guys are at these things. Now, one thing I want to let you know before I close is that we have some amazing subjects lined up. We're bringing in people. There will be guys at some of these events. There will be a couple that talks about dating. We're going to have someone come and teach on different beauty issues, beauty subjects to help us learn all that. I would love if someone could please come teach the secret of the winged liner. So a lot like what Katie did tonight, we're going to have different people come in. So you're going to learn something, and by the end of the school year, one of those will have applied to something inside of you that you get all happy about. The other thing is, this is really fun for me, that there will be themes in different months. So in December, we'll have a big Christmas giveaway. But at the end of the year, and they're every other month, it's nothing to, you're not going to get overwhelmed by it. But at the end of the year, I told Madison this tonight. I did this back when I used to do Steel Magnolias. I bring in some of the high school guys. And you're not going to know who they are, and they're not going to know what you made. But we have a big cook-off. And the high school guys, I pick a group of judges. I might pick a couple of junior high guys. They get to come in and taste the food. Now, I have it where no one knows who's doing what. And they choose their favorite dish at the end, at that last one. And those girls, it's a few prizes, that made the best dish, they get that prize. Now, I let the guys do it because I think that puts a little weight on it. And it makes it super fun. And, of course, the guys like to eat food. They don't come to the meeting. They leave after they taste it. But it's real important that you start going on Pinterest and you go, what can I make that's super cool this time? We're going to learn how to get better in our cooking. We're going to learn how to dress nice whenever we come to these things. Katie was right. You honor the person that invited you by dressing the nicest that you have for you. Not everyone has the same budget, but you dress the nicest that you have for you, and the most feminine and the most modest. And we're going to keep growing in these areas, and that is something God wants us to do. It sounds so, the world says it's shallow to be a great cook, and it says it's not necessary to learn how to clean your house, and it says it's not important to learn how to take care of your body. I beg to differ, because anyone successful in life is doing all those things, and so there is significance to it, and that's the kind of stuff we're going to be learning. So I hope you guys are excited about this school year, and please don't rush off and leave. For you 11th and 12th grade girls, I need you all to stay after and clean. That is part of Steel Magnolias. The worst thing you can ever do is come to someone's house, leave your food on the thing, and then leave. That is like a slap in the face to the hostess. And so we are all going to clean up our plates and throw them away. We're going to put the cushions back. We're going to leave everything exactly as we found it, because that's what a Steel Magnolia does.